And so, Peter, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on board, and please come and take the microphone.
Thank you, Gail, for all of the work you've done, because it's toward the end of your period at the NFSA, 12 years, and restoring over 30 pictures. We directors want to thank you. I mean, I could say that. And also to the Sydney Film Festival, thanks for putting on the show tonight. It is a very curious feeling. It certainly was going to the restoration screenings. I went to 3 or 4 where they invited me, having done a lot of wonderful work cleaning the thing up, getting rid of every scratch and bits of dirt and stuff. And into the darkened theatre, the lights dim, the panel glowing on the mixing board. First one we looked at was for picture, colour. I couldn't do much. So I sat into my seat and was surprised to find that there was already somebody in it, which was pretty strange. Like there were 2 of us in the seat. There was the man from 1974, and there was the man from 2024. The one from 2024 had much more experience, I mean, can I tell you? Sat there looking at the first few minutes of the film, full of criticisms already. You know, this should be this and done that way, and I wouldn't do it like that. The poor chap from 79, completely thrown. This was his film. Anyway, the bit of bickering back and forth between this old guy and the young guy, until finally the young fellow triumphed, and it was time travel back to 1973, 74. And I was in the theatre again, and it was me again. It's very strange memories of films, you know, they're without sentimentality or any kind of nostalgia, because they're too hard to make and they're too exciting, too strange, the experience, you know, rather unlike anything else, I think. So there I was, back in my same feeling, but I didn't have much I could control, just to change the colour here and there, and when we did the sound run, to raise or lower here and there. And that's what I proceeded to do. Gail got a bit worried, I think, at one point that I was actually wanted to sort of remake it in certain scenes. There was one scene where we did reframe a shot to get rid of an embarrassing bit of continuity, which wasn't visible on film, but it was on this sharp stuff. And Gail said, look, don't forget, we're not actually making a movie, we're restoring a movie. Isn't that true? It was such an experience. There's nothing like your first film. I mean, you know, I've heard all this before from other directors, but you know, you think you know a lot, and you get there, and it's just exciting and terrifying, which it was, and also a very great memory. Shot in a short time, as films always are, low budget, but a wonderful experience. And I'm delighted tonight that 2 members of the cast are here. Firstly, to mention someone who is in the audience. It's Danny Adcock, the policeman on the far right. Danny, can you just stand up to the stage? Have you still got your gun and badge? Great to see you. And here, I'm thrilled, my co-star, just before I say bring him on, you're on, Terry, with John Merlin here and Terry with the Stars. Terry and I had worked, he reminded me, on a TV show after Cars. Then we always looked for something else he could do, and it just didn't happen until The Truman Show. And I was talking to Terry and he said, you got anything? And I said, no, not really. You know, just a couple of people who were watching the show, you know, like extras. He said, that's okay, I'll do it. I said, well, there's a guy in the bath. He said, that's me. So I took this Terry to do what an extra could, you know, I thought would have done. And he was so funny that I shot umpteen different angles on it. We improvised stuff, and he gets several bits in it. There's quite a character in the film, so I love that. So welcome, the co-star of Cars, Terry Camilleri.
That was the first time I was actually naked in that bathtub.
Don't stop the children.
No, it's an honour to be here. I mean, it brings back memories of an incredible time. 5 weeks of shoot we took to make that film. And there was a part of it that I still remember when we were doing a shot where Peter said, it's going to be during the credits and you're going to be walking out of town. And he said, don't look back, just keep walking because we need the time. So I kept walking and walking and walking and walking. And I went, wait a minute, I'm really walking a long way. And I turned around and they disappeared. My crew had disappeared. No one was there. But I had the greatest memories. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Back in that last century, in the times that this film was made, you know, you've read about it and some of you were there, late 60s, early 70s. There was one man that ran almost a film school for us through the Sydney Film Festival, who curated these festivals. It was a time when monsters still walked the earth, gigantic filmmakers like Kurosawa and Antonioni and Fellini, I could name many more, John Cassavetes. And we would go each year and sort of fill up the tank. Then you'd go off and make your short film. So between making films and watching these films, one grew to the possibility of doing something like this. And that's my dear friend and a great figure in Australia, David Stratton. 50 years ago tonight, we stood on a stage just like this here at the festival for the first unspooling then of the film.
Peter, I have to come to the other side of you, so I'm deaf.
Yes, yeah.
50 years, it was at the State Theatre. It's a pity this isn't at the State Theatre. But I had the enormous pleasure of introducing this young filmmaker who had made his first feature film, first film made in widescreen Panavision in Australia, and it was a hell of a night, I can tell you. I will never forget the night that the Casa de Paris had its world premiere at the Sydney Film Festival, and Peter introduced it. And we both fled during the screening. We went to the Marble Bar at the Hilton, and
As we will tonight.
as we were yeah. That's right. This man went on to make Picnic at Hanging Rock, The Last Wave, The Plumber, Gallipoli, The Year of Living Dangerously, and in America, Witness, The Mosquito Coast, Dead Poets Society, Green Card, The Truman Show, Fearless, Master and Commander, The Way Back. Have I forgotten any?
No.
What a career. And last year, Peter was awarded an honorary Oscar for his life achievements by the board of the Academy of the Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in Los Angeles. And in 2 or 3 months' time, he's going to be in Venice, where he will receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Venice Film Festival. Peter, congratulations.
Thank you, David.
We've been friends for a long time, even though I rejected your first film. But it was, it's a great pleasure to be here for this 50th anniversary of such an important and seminal Australian film.
Can I just say about rejecting that first film, I still have the letter. It was 1966, I made a short film at Channel 7 where I was working as a stagehand, put it into the festival, rejected, but this lovely letter from David saying, not this year, but I'd love to see your next film. I was so encouraged, sent it to him and you actually took that film. And you did that film.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, David.